ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
So I was in LA chasing entertainment, chasing celebrity, trying to make something of myself. And I was working in production, right? And in production, you're working every aspect of everything on a set: movie, music video, TV commercial, TV show. I did all that. 20-hour days.
Sitting on couches. Sitting on couches.
No, I didn't do that. No couches. No. Just 20-hour work days and all of that. I was also trying to be a stand-up comic, and I was also trying to be an actor. I had an agent. I was getting sent on auditions. I was taking anything. Pause. I was literally going in for any audition that my agent gave me, because I was like, all I need is a break, right? Reality shows were kind of new. So when the castings come out, your agent will call you and be like, yo, look at your dashboard. There's a website you go to, and it had this breakdown. This was the character. This is the type of show. The reality shows back then, they were all anonymous. You ain't know what they was. So it'd be like untitled show. They didn't even use the word reality back then. It was undocumented.
Yeah. It was only a few, and they wasn't even calling it that.
Yeah, unscripted docuseries is what they used to call them. It's 2006. So anyway, I'm trying to, every nickel and dime, I'm trying to, whatever I can do, I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I got this one, and I thought I was smarter than the average. So I was like, I ain't gonna get set up. They ain't gonna have me in no crazy audition doing no craziness. I'm thinking, at least it ain't gonna be that. So I got this one. It was called Making the Mogul, and they was like, there's a music industry mogul who's putting together a label. True story. Putting together a label. So 2 of the roles was like security. One was like personal assistant. One was A&R. So my agent was like, A&R, if you know, is artist and repertoire, right? They're the go-between for artists on the road and between the label and between radio and all of that. So me coming from a career in radio, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for the A&R, because I knew what that was and I knew I could do it.
Right.
So I get to the audition, and it's just tons of people, just hundreds, young.
All going for the A&R position?
No, going for every position. There was like 12 positions. It was like 12 positions. Still no clue it's a reality show. I'm thinking it's a show that's coming on a network.
Right.
So it's all these people, video girls and B-boys and wannabe rappers and all that stuff. So I go in there and they, blah, blah, blah. They pull you in a room and I'm like, yeah, da, 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 da. So it's like, all right. So I leave. I get a call back. Call back means they want to see you again. They're contemplating giving you the role. So I'm like, that's all you live for. When the sun comes up in LA and you in that game and you in entertainment, you live for a callback. You live for hearing that phone ring like, yo, they want to see you again. So I go back, Fox Towers, 40th floor. It's on the Fox movie lot. It's the Fox Towers. They do a lot of Fox shows or whatever. The network Fox, not like Fox News, but the network. So we on the Jones, high security. We go up to this floor. It's like 20 people sitting in this hallway, right? We sitting there for hours. It felt like hours. So we hear this commotion down the hallway. It's like, somebody is like getting thrown out of a room. So we thought. So I was like, what is going on, right? And so I'm in the chair in the hallway, and they was like, hey, everybody have a seat. And I sat down. It just so happened I was first seat by the door that led to that hallway. So no clue. There's, all right, we're going to start taping. When you get in there, just be yourself and blah, blah, blah. Me, like, it's a lot of things about my time in LA where it was like, I'm way too old for this. And then there's some other things where, and you know this part of the story, there's some other things where I'm like, if I wasn't as old as I was, I probably would have gone for some shit I shouldn't have gone for. So me sitting there that's facts. Me sitting there as a veteran, when I hear the man talking to the 20 people sitting next to me down the hallway, I'm like, in my head, one phrase came to my head, one phrase. I remember like it was yesterday. I was like, but we ain't signed shit. That's the first thing I thought of. I said, we ain't signed that.
And why?
just out of my, industry savvy, my experience.
Gotcha.
Nobody else thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they like, all right, we come in, the cameras will be rolling, and you just go have a seat, and you'll be talking with the music exec when you go in the room. Still, no idea who's in the room and what the show is about. They kept it super, super tight. So I'm like, we ain't signed shit. Do I want to be myself on camera? Do I want to tell the truth? Am I going to say my real name? Because I was like, I ain't signed shit. I know that much.
Right.
They open the door.
Yeah.
They open the doors real quiet. They open the door. Doors open. There's this long conference table. 2 dudes sitting on one side, camera crew and all these white boys and producers on the other. And at the head of the table, like 5 feet in front of me, Suge Knight. Marion. Mm-hmm. At this time, he's Suge.
Yeah.
He's Suge.
You definitely didn't call him Marion.
No, I ain't calling him Marion yet.
Know that.
Nah, not yet. So Suge sitting at the table, and I was like, oh, Suge. Now, again, I had a career in radio. I've been in radio for 7 years. I'm not starstruck. No one has ever could ever say that I'm starstruck, and I met everybody. So when I see him,
come on, we're not gonna do that. It's not one person. I'm talking about female.
Well,
not one person.
What is starstruck?
Like you, like yo.
I
met her like yo, yeah, like
I fanned out at Aaliyah.
Okay, I knew.
I fanned out. Okay, and that was like 2 weeks before she passed too. I fanned out with her, but that's it. No starstruckness anyway. So when I come in, I see Suge sitting down, and I'm like, oh shit. In my head, I'm like, oh, Suge Knight. So I sat down. We dapped up. He immediately picked up on my comfort level. Immediately. So I sit down and I'm like, because it's absolutely nothing. He's just a guy. This is after he shot himself in the leg in Miami and he had lost like 90 pounds. So he wasn't a big, imposing figure. And he was sitting down. So I sat down right in front of him. So he's at the head of the table. I'm at the first chair. So we pretty much knee to knee, like a sports interview.
Wow, this sounds like couch talk.
Nah, no couch talk. This is all on camera. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna try to speed it up, and you'll see in the video. So we get to talking, all this, he telling me where I'm from, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, this is, in my head, I'm like, oh, I get it. Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, okay. He's rebuilding Death Row, and he's looking for artists, and he'll be going through the hood with the camera, and he wants video girls, and he wants his A&R to be his right-hand man. And I was like, oh, this could actually be kind of tough. So I'm basically interviewing, but it's on camera, right? And the thing about reality shows, when y'all watching, and y'all like, how are these people so comfortable on camera to do all this dumb shit? I can tell you, because I got firsthand experience, like once a few minutes go by, you don't even notice the cameras. So we talking about East Coast, DC, and I was kind of fascinated because when I said I was from DC, he revered it. He had respect. And I'm like, wait a minute, you from the hardest place ever. Like I'm thinking he like DC rough. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, all right. Little badge, had the little stripe, you know what I mean, on my shoulder. So we going. So then I could pick up that he was trying to accelerate the interview because we was in there talking for 20 minutes. I told him I do stand-up comedy and, no, I didn't tell him I did stand-up comedy. I didn't, not yet. So we wrapped the interview. They pulled me out the room. Before they let me go back to my seat, they pulled me back in the room. So I guess somebody had told him that from my previous audition that I was a stand-up comic. So I sit back down. He said, I want to talk to you some more. This is how he talk. I want to talk to you some more. I see this. They say you into comedy. You a comedian? You tell jokes. So I'm like, here we go with the bullshit, right? So he had this dude standing behind him. So he like, so how would you heckle me? I said, I wouldn't heckle you. So I ain't take the bait. I was like, I'm not that type of comedian. He was like, but what if I start talking about you? Would you talk back? I said, yeah. I said, but if you start it, I'm going to finish it because I got the mic. So that's how it's going to be. And this is how I'm talking to him. So he kept trying to antagonize, and this is all true. This is 100% facts. He kept trying to antagonize me to say what I would do. But me, if y'all know me personally, y'all know how, it's just words, right? So I'm like, I'm playing the game. I'm playing chess. So I'm like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Blah 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 blah. So he like, well, what would you say to him? And he got this dude named 6'4", red velvet shirt tucked in his blue jeans, his mom jeans, stone killer. He might as well had a killer tat on his face that said "I kill." The dude behind me started getting
Not
close.
the mom jeans. Not the mom jeans.
He did. He was a mom jean gangbanger. And then the dude behind me started getting close. Like I can feel he getting close because he pulled on my seat. It was on these big office chairs, these big leather. So he pulled on my seat, like trying to
executive chair.
Executive chair. So he pulling on the chair, trying to see what I was going to say. And I said, I wouldn't say nothing to him. I'll just, blah, blah, blah. Talk about somebody else. So I wasn't giving them what they wanted. So he gave the man a signal, and that man just took off on me. Just grabbed me out the chair. Like
you ain't waiting nothing.
Nah, like I ain't waiting nothing. And so I'm at the collars, right? He had the collars right here. I had the chain on. I'm like, who knows what is going on? Pull me out the chair, post me up against the wall, like in the action movies. Right? We on the wall, wrestling real quick. And he just lets me go.
Real quick.
Oh, it was quick. The little left to right, little shoulder. It was one of them. So he stormed out, kicked the doors open, and stormed down the hallway, right? And I'm furious. I'm in that junk steaming because I'm like, nah, it's real. Like I ain't even like, what the hell y'all done brought me into? So I'm yelling.
And you already know the stories of him back in the day.
Getting rid of people. So like now I'm like, oh, this real. We on the 40th floor. Fuck out of here. And the white camera crew, nobody's moving. I'm yelling at them, like, turn the goddamn cameras off, blah, blah, blah. They had a monitor on the table. I mushed the monitor, tried to push it off on the floor because it hit me in a split second. Again, if I was younger, I wouldn't have did this much thinking. I'm in my head. And I'm like,
pushed the monitor like monitor grabbed you out the chair.
No. I pushed the monitor like I was trying to destroy their equipment.
Oh, okay.
I was legit trying to like turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? You know how when people mush the camera?
Yeah.
They had these little box monitors, like the old TV sets, sitting on the table. So I mushed that, just slid it off the table, try to slide it off the table, whatever. I'm like, turn that shit off. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Now I'm cussing. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what type of shit is you on? Blah, blah, blah. Like straight to him. Because at that point, it was a survival thing. It wasn't no tough shit.
You was on 10.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because bring me in for this bullshit. And in a split second, I was like, oh, this was a setup. I was like, oh. I said, that was the noise I heard earlier. They did a whole dress rehearsal while we was right down the hall. They gonna get somebody in there. They gonna escalate it on camera and whoop the shit out of them.
And dare you to do something.
And dare you to do something back, right?
Yeah.
So then they asked, the assistant director and the producer, and they all pulled me down the hallway because I'm going off, right? So here's where it gets funny. All right, if it hasn't been already. True story. I was married at the time. My wife, I had just moved out there. She was working. I wasn't. We shared a car. I took her to work, picked her up. I had her car. So this is like 5, 6 in the evening. So I'm upstairs in the hallway yelling. Suge right there, the people right there, the white boys. I was like, yo, take me back downstairs. I'm going to the car, right? I kept saying that I needed to get to my car. They think I was going to the trunk.
Right.
In my head, I'm like, no, I got to pick my wife up. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't pick her up. So I was like, I got to get to the car. So he like, wait. Calm down, man. Just calm down. Trying to talk me down, right? I don't even know where I'm at. He pulled me into a corner office, 40th floor, Fox Towers. The most beautiful, empty, largest office I've ever seen. We get in there, close the door behind me. He stands in front of me. True story. This is a true story. He'll tell you. It's just me and him. Face to face. Now he's about 6'3", so I'm looking up. It's just my back is on the double door. It's a double door. It's just me and him.
Did you start thinking about when you was in jail? Like,
Nah.
Okay.
No, I started thinking about Like this is when I left radio and when I left Maryland, I never would have called this one.
Oof.
I was like, I just wanted to run away with the circus. And I'm here. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was never, and I tell people this all the time. I was never not once scared. It was on some man shit at this point because I was like, yo, how the fuck? And I said it to him. I said, how the fuck you let them white boys, you know, you're trying to start a fight on camera just to see the savages fight and shit. Like, that's where I was with it. Like, I was really upset. And then I had to realize. Yeah, I said that to him. And then I had to realize who I was talking to.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't that nigga where that would affect him. Like, this is what he does.
What the fuck you talking about? That's what I do.
Yeah. So I was like, shit. I said, and I'm sitting there like I'm with it. I'm like in his face. I'm like, nigga, like don't bring me out here for this bullshit. I ain't come out here for this and da da da. And he's literally this is where it gets even funnier. He's literally apologizing. He is copping pleas because I kept telling him the whole DC thing came back.
Yeah.
In his mind, I'm one of those cats.
Yeah.
And the fact that I kept trying to go to the car.
Right.
Was
right.
a real
telling them
yeah. Like to me, I'm like, I'm about to get in trouble with my wife. But to him, it's like this nigga trying to get the thing. So the knock on the door. This is where it get tricky. Knock on the door. Door open. It's the assistant director, the AD as they call them, and two certifiable gangbangers. Now I've lived in LA for a minute at this point. I know what the fuck a gangbanger looks like.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is. So
I get in, my back is on the door, closes, my back is still on the door. Room is big as shit. He's directly in front of me. The two bangers are flanking him, and then the assistant director is on my shoulder. So it's four of them around me.
Oof. You peed a little bit.
I didn't know. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Here's the thing. I've never been like the fighter and let's do it. But if I'm mad or upset, it's a different type of anger. Yeah. Like it ain't a let's squabble. Like I was still mad.
Yeah.
So I ain't care what happened. So I still had the scowl on my face and everything. Like they're literally these two gang bangers, and I hate that phrase because it sounds like white people talk in the movies. these two bloods were apologizing to me and trying to calm me down. So much so, and here's the end of the story. So much so that the one little dude, so I had a chain on, and in trying to get up, when we grabbing each other, I shanked my whole hand on the chain. So I'm standing on my pinky. So I'm standing there talking to, this is when I tell the story, I do this on stage. So I'm standing there talking to Suge with my hand in his face, and the other little dude is doing triage on my pinky with alcohol and cotton balls. He's treating my wound. I'm like, where did y'all learn triage? Y'all do all this killing in the hood.
They know about cuts and wounds and all that shit.
I was like, how did you learn that? And I'm sitting there talking to Suge, and he got my pinky out, like dabbing it with alcohol and a cotton ball. And I was like, what kind of Twilight Zone shit is this? And I was like,
it's gonna be sweet to you first.
And I was like, what are y'all? Y'all are the least scariest killers I have ever come across, ever. I was like, is this real? So they calmed me down, and I was like, no, really. I told the truth. I was like, I gotta get to my car because I gotta pick up my wife. Try to say it all sternly, right? So then they try to usher me out. They wanted me to sign some paperwork. I was like, nah, man, we're not doing that right now. So you can't tape first and then have me sign the joint. Like I ain't that dumb. So they walked me out. Whole time the little director dude was trying to talk to me and reason with me. Man, we can make you a star. We can make you a lead on the show. Everybody else get $1,500 an episode. We're doing 6 episodes. We can bump you up to 3. Like just come by the so here's where it go left again. He get downstairs, they hit him on the walkie. So he like, all right, I'll tell him. So I'm getting in the shuttle to go to my car. And he like, hey man, they want you to come by the studio in Compton at midnight. I was like, yeah, fucking right. No way.
No way?
No way. Absolutely not.
No way.
Now I'm back to my senses. Now I'm back in mode. Like,
I
strategy.
wouldn't win either, bro. You lose no points.
Now I'm in strategy mode. I'm like, oh no, that's a really set. Oh no, they're gonna off me in that joint. So then, the next day, they reach out, the white boys, the production company, not Suge. Never talked to them again. But the production company reached out because they was trying to do damage control. So they was like, come to the office, blah, blah, blah. So I come to the office, and this is why I really enjoyed it, because I got to scream on them.
Yeah.
On those people.
People that wasn't really threatening.
Yeah, but not even that. They orchestrated it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm in the room, and it's all of them. There's nobody in there that looks like me. And I'm smacking tables. I'm putting the hand down on the table. I'm got my hand in the. I'm all of that. I'm like, is this what y'all doing? Like, I said, you don't even know the attorneys and who I know back east. And now I'm rolling out all the threats. I'm like, you know how many and and to have a black man and another black man on camera, and this is what y'all want, and I'm going, and they just shaking.
You Malcolm up in that.
Oh man! So then they give me the paperwork. And I was like, it was a non-disclosure, right? So I'm sitting there and thinking I'm ahead of the game. I was like, so y'all never going to show my footage. I don't want my footage in the joint, because I had slept on it. So I was like, I was still entertaining, trying to get that 3G's episode.
Right.
But I was like, at what cost? This ain't gonna be the end of my story. Where it's like, Lamont went out to LA and shit. You know, he did the reality shit, and they killed that nigga. You know what I'm saying? for like 10 G's.
Got another one. They got another one.
You'd be like, you remember Lamont? Nah. I was like, that ain't gonna be my story. I'll find another way. So we signed the paperwork. They cut me a check at the table, as if I did 3 episodes at the original rate.
Wow.
Right? So I was like, I'll take that quietly. I'll keep it moving. No one will ever hear this story. About 6 months later, man, niggas back home. It's always niggas back home, man. I wake up one morning, and this is before social media is big, but YouTube was still around. If it was social media, man, I'd have been canceled. I wake up, they like,
not
yo.
Really, though. Not
really. But still, it hurt my feelings. The niggas opened the email. They was like, yo, is this you getting yoked up on this TV show? And I was like, what? I ran to the computer or whatever. And this is what I saw. This is the video. Now, mind you, everybody after me that went in the hallway that was waiting to go be a part of the show, they all got beat up. They all got beat up.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, they all got beat up. All right, so here we go. This is exclusive world premiere.
The music industry has been silent until now.
Of all the people that I work with, Snoop is probably the most disappointing guy. Dre be saying, you my slut. They be doing something that might cause a problem.
The mastermind.
See, I told y'all he talked like that.
Row Records is starting a new label.
I want everybody to be able to have their own shot. It's not like no fake shit. It's not like we just doing it to be doing it. I'm looking to say, okay, who is good? Who's the best? Who can handle it?
Those are all the people that stayed.
I have an opportunity
to work
for one of the biggest prominent names in the industry. Take that fucking opportunity.
I'm working for Suge, homie, and I think that's a big opportunity for me.
Launching the next hip-hop superstar.
Yo, it's life, man. What it do? Yeah. They let a nigga out.
Staged.
One hand wash the other.
Staged.
Wash the face. With that in my mind, homie, I'm headed out of state. In a Honda XL, but I'm switching those traits. Feds won't catch life. Giving me no case.
That's the night of the studio.
The whole thing about the track, it start with the drums. That's the foundation. I bring that energy back where it's new.
And bringing back the West Coast.
Hold on, what's that on? They ain't gonna get you in. He got to take it out. Take that back off.
Yeah, take that out.
Staged.
Look at this shit, y'all. This how we do it.
This is new Death Row right here, habit thing. This is my family right here. All these niggas are my family. You know what I mean? Feel me?
From Las Vegas.
All right, here it comes. It's real quick.
To Compton.
It's real quick. I'm in the chair.
From
all they show is me getting yoked out the chair.
To Inglewood.
Where you from, man? Who is you? What you about? What?
I'm Jules.
Jules? Who the fuck is Jules?
Hey, we're with a new entertainment company called Black Ball.
What's up with
We're looking for new artists.
And from the Fox Towers.
Here we go.
To the Watts Towers.
Here it come, don't blink.
Is taking on the world.
I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid.
And I also want to do the fight with 50 Cent Gang. Like 1 round of rapping, 2 rounds of scrapping. The music business is real cutthroat.
You in this office,
Right
you know
here.
what I mean? Hold down a position. You don't run shit here, man.
Are you here to look for
That's
a job
me.
for real, or are you here to tell jokes? No, I ain't let you down, motherfucker.
They whooped everybody.
It's time to address the rumors.
Did you hang Vanilla Ice out that window?
I don't know what the
Stop the snitching.
Simon don't like snitches. I don't like snitches. The whole fucking entire staff don't like snitches.
I'm a G like you.
Let me see your eyes, man.
Say, brother, man. When I eat my stomach shake, I wear these in clubs in the streets. Hey, man.
And set the record straight.
They set Pac up. Pop said they set him up. But fuck all that.
Suge Knight is back, and it's time to handle some unfinished business.
Nah. when I tell you, wait a minute, let's go back. Hold on. When I tell you whooped everybody,
Inglewood.
Where you from, man?
hey, let's pause it. Let's go.
From the Fox
So that's
Towers.
the tower. That's the tower. That's the room we came in. That's why I heard the commotion. That's the
The
double door.
Waters.
So, and then right here, this is me getting yoked out the chair.
The music business is real cutthroat.
You in this office, you know what I mean?
Pause. I'm gonna
Hold
freeze
down
the frame.
position.
We're gonna look
You
at the
don't
freeze
run
frame.
shit here, man.
That's me. All right. This look. I bet you're wondering how I got here. That's what this image is right here. I bet you're wondering how I got here. And it is at this moment that Lamont King knew that he had fucked up. I'm showing the image on the screen with me and him at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I woke up to that morning. This was like 6 months later. I was like, is this you getting choked out in this video? I was like, what? I signed paperwork, and they said they would never include it. I was furious again, all over again. So
Reliving it.
true story, man. This is my true Hollywood story right here.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. You don't gotta wait for TV One to do it for you. You already did it.
Nah. Hold on. Let me move. Let me move. Slow walk it. Hold on. I'm slow walking the frame. This is so this right here. This is where my hand. This is where I cut my hand on my own chain, as I was being forcibly removed from the chair. Dude behind, he was laughing because I was saying some comical shit. So he was laughing. He really couldn't get into the setup. Like the dude that grabbed me had to really fake himself getting mad. And then it's right here. So I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I got the reaction. I'm like, what the? And that's where the chain cut my hand right here. So then he grabbed me and spins me around to the wall. And then that was it. But this is how they got everybody else, though. Look at this right here. This is how it was supposed to go. If you can see this on your screen right here. The guy in the red, that was supposed to be me. And they were supposed to, collapse on them, which they did at the end of the show. They beat up everybody. All the male talents got in the fights. So, and I just wasn't for it. So there's that. So there's the story. There's a Suge Knight story. Let me, I survived. And then after that, I was like Marion. And when I referred to him, like, I ain't Suge, man. They was doing a first aid on my knuckle, man. I ain't even know they had first aid in the gangs.
I don't care.